Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next chapter, which is the Pickwick Club. Okay, let me give you some introduction about the Pickwick Club. One of the most lovable and enduring characters in English literature is Mr. Pickwick. When you have read this, you will most certainly want to read the rest of the Pickwick papers. Okay, now what is Pickwick? What is the Pickwick Club? Let's get started. Mr. Samuel Pickwick was a fine old gentleman. He had bright eyes, large round face, a full figure, and a generous heart. He dressed in an old-fashioned way and always wore glasses. He always used to wear glasses. He was very old-fashioned kind of a guy, okay? And he was an old man. He was interested in everyone he met and everything he saw. He was a very curious person. Whatever he see, whosoever he got met, he was very interested in everything, okay? He lived in England in the days when people were becoming very interested in science. We are talking about that era where the science is... people used to be very much interested in the science. Okay, Mr. Pickwick himself liked science and natural history. He himself was fond of science and natural history. He was famous for discovering where the water in Hampstead Ponds came from. If you know nothing about Hampstead Ponds, never mind. All you need to know is that Mr. Pickwick's friend thought he was very clever. Okay, what his friends thought, that he was a very clever man. Okay, Mr. Pickwick and his friends make up a club. They make a club, okay, of different groups of people. Means different friends of Pickwick come into that club. It was called the Pickwick Club. Whosoever come in the club, they named it as a Pickwick Club. Mr. Pickwick was, of course, the most important person in the club. That's why the club named after him. One day, Mr. Pickwick gave a talk to the club. The club then made an important decision. The club asked him to go on some special journeys. He should write notes about everyone he met, everything he saw, everything that happened, and everything he thought. Okay, what happened? He used to club make a decision that they have to go to a journey, and what he have to do, he have to make notes time to time. Means he met whom, what he saw, what happened, and everything whatever he thought. From time to time he should post his notes to the club. Whatever he find interesting and whatever he knows and he met anything new, he should have to post that notes to that club where the members would read them. Okay, everyone believed that the notes and thoughts of Mr. Pickwick would be of great scientific interest. That's why they have given this job to him, because they thought that it was of very much great scientific interest. That's why. Okay, the club asked Mr. Pickwick to take 3 people on his journeys. Club gave permission to Mr. Pickwick to take 3 people. These 3 were his special friends, Mr. Tracy Tupman. Okay, now the first people is Mr. Tracy, Mr. Nathaniel Wrinkle, and Mr. Augustus Snodgrass. Okay, all 3 people along with Mr. Pickwick have to go to the journey. All expenses for travel, food and rooms would be paid for by Mr. Pickwick. Whatever the expenses, they have gone to the places where they are traveling, the travel, food, rooms, it was all paid by club, okay, for Mr. Pickwick. The club said that they could go anywhere they wished and take as much as time they liked. They would start on their journey the following day. What the club said, if they want to go anywhere, they can go where they wish to go, and they must take as much time as they need. Okay, as they like, they can go anywhere. They are free to move. So now they would start their journey in the day. Okay, now let's start the day of the journey. The Pickwickians, the 3 people who would go with Mr. Pickwick, were men of quite different interest and character. All the 3 different are of different characters. They are different likings, and everybody is having some different interest. Okay, Mr. Tracy Tupman was a middle-aged man. He greatly admired beautiful women. Women had often fallen in love with him, and he with them. So it was a very you can say romantic character of Mr. Tracy Tupman. Okay, Tracy Tupman. Okay, sadly he was no longer as handsome as he had been. Time and food had expanded Tracy Tupman's romantic figure. Earlier he used to be very handsome. in his young ages, but now he's a middle-aged man, and time as time is growing, his age is also growing up, and that's why, and food, he is fond of food, that's why his figure got ruined up. Okay, when he looked down, he could no longer see the watch chain he wore across the bottom of his waistcoat. His chin had become many chins, but the soul of dress-it-up man had not changed. He still admired the ladies as much as ever. Now, as he grown fat, so he can't see the watch chain he wore across the bottom of his waistcoat. His chin has become many chins, as double chin we have seen of the fatty peoples, but the soul, his heart has never changed. He still admired the ladies as much as ever. Okay, Mr. Nathaniel Winkle was a young man. His father had asked Mr. Pickwick to take him on his scientific journeys. Okay, now the Mr. Nathaniel Winkle was a young man, and his father of Nathaniel, asked Mr. Pickwick to take his son with him on his scientific journeys. He wanted his son to see something of the world. Mr. Winkle was a sporting young man. He told everyone how good he was at hunting, shooting, fishing, and other physical activities. What Nathaniel does, he used to tell everybody that he was very good at hunting, I am very good at shooting, I am very good at fishing, and other physical activities. His friends were often astonished at the things he said and he could do. Everybody should, means his friend should also astonished. They admired him greatly. But however, no one had ever seen him do any of the things he talked about. That's the strange thing about him. Whatever he could say, nobody has seen him doing that things. Next is Mr. Augustus Snodgrass. He was also a young man. His parents had died when he was a small child, and Mr. Pickwick had taken care of him. He had taken care of him, this Augustus Snodgrass. Okay, everyone said Augustus Snodgrass was a poet. Everybody used to say that Augustus was a poet, but no one had ever seen him write any poetry. Okay, now this was a description about all the people who are going with Mr. Pickwick. Now, a horse with a weakness. Now we move on to next section. The sun had just risen and begun to light up the morning of 13th May 1827. We are talking about the time of 1827. On the morning of 13th May, sun has risen and begun to light up. Mr. Samuel Pickwick rose like another sun from his bed, opened wide his wide bedroom window, and looked out upon the world below. He lived in a Goswell Street in the old city of London. Where he used to live in Goswell Street in the old city of London. He also wake up. Everywhere he looked, he could see nothing but the buildings of Goswell Street. What he saw everywhere he saw buildings in the Goswell Street. Okay. Scientists thought Mr. Pickwick should not just look at things closest to them. They should look deeper and discover the truth hidden beyond. Okay, what scientists thought, Mr. Pickwick should not just look at the things closest to them. They should look deeper and discover the truth hidden beyond. Mr. Pickwick had thought his first scientific thought of the day. He then got distressed and put some clothes into his travelling bag. 10 minutes later, he caught a cab to the coach yard in the Golden Cross. Golden Cross was some place there near the Goswell Street where he used to go with his clothes and whatever the bag and baggages he was taking. So take the cab. There, that was where he had arranged to meet the other three. Means this was a place where all three used to came. In that place, that Golden Cross, it is the meeting point of all the three peoples with Mr. Pickwick, and now from here they will start their journey. Okay, on the way there he talked to the cab driver. On the way they have taken one cab and he was talking to the cab driver. In the cab earlier, as we all know, and at that time there would be no cabs like today's world. That time there will be horses and people used to travel through horses. The vehicle, whatever ridden by the horses, used to ride that time. So they have taken that cab of the horse, and he was asking to the driver, "How old is that horse, my friend?" Mr. Pickwick asked. 42, the man replied. Okay, what? Said Mr. Pickwick in surprise. He got surprised when he heard that the horse is 42 years old. Some horses live to be 20 only. Okay, because maximum the age of horses would be 20 years, not more than 20. Okay, a few reach 30. Some of them, which is of very nice breed or all, they reach 30, up till 30, not 42. But Mr. Pickwick had never heard of a horse that was over 40 years old before. He quickly pulled his notebook from his pocket. Till now, today, till here only we'll study. We'll continue the story tomorrow. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good morning, students. Today we are